Welcome back to the Tigers Den podcast, guys. It is a special edition of the podcast this week. But before we get started, you know what we got to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to ring that bell, join the Noti Squad. And while you're at it, hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Got Game. Well, we are in Season 7 of this Grambling State Dynasty, and what a run it's been for our Tigers. This senior class has only seen one loss on the 4 years that they have been on campus, and that was back in Season 4. This senior class, we are going to be losing a lot at the top. A lot of key players will graduate this season, so let's kick things off by taking a look at who will be leaving GSU at the end of Season 7. Starting off with our captain, the quarterback, Chris King, 6'5", 227 from Chicago. This kid has been something special for us. He came in as a freshman and saw playing time after Phil Austin went down with an injury. But then his sophomore campaign, he had to take a backseat after Phil came back from his injury. And then he exploded on the scene his junior year, throwing for almost 5,000 yards, 53 touchdowns, but he did have 28 interceptions. So far this season, he's thrown for just over 1,400 yards. He's got 17 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He's a gunslinger. To see where he was at when he first came on campus to where he is now, he's a completely different player. We always knew that he was an accurate quarterback, but now he's added the long ball to his repertoire, and this kid is something special. He could be an NFL quarterback in the future. Out wide, our only senior this year is the speedster, Jordan Paxson. When he got on campus, he was mainly used as a returner, where he had one kickoff return taken back to the house his freshman year, 2 kickoff returns returned for his sophomore year, and his junior year, he was sparingly used as a kick returner and only took 1 back his junior season. And on the punt return, he took back 1 his freshman season. His sophomore season, he went insane on punt returns, returning 5 back for touchdowns, which is a Grambling State record to this day. But I'm proud of Jordan because he's become a better wide receiver over the 4 years that he's been on campus. He started his freshman season in the slot with 30 catches for 336 and 1 touchdown. He had a down year out wide his sophomore season. Then on his junior year, Chris King found him in the slot a lot, 54 catches for 837 yards and 10 touchdowns. And now in his senior campaign, he leads the team in catches with 32, receiving yards 483 and 6 touchdowns on the season. Jordan could be a great slot receiver in the NFL. He's a bit undersized at 5'10", 191. But I think his speed and his agility and his ability to make people miss will land him on a team next season. Tight end Raymond Byrd will graduate this year. We rarely used him. He was more of a blocking fullback, blocking tight end for us. But he's got great size, 6'6", 258. His blocking ability is very great, but he just wasn't fast enough and his hands weren't that great. To the offensive line, Matt Dunn will graduate this year. He's played sparingly. And then we lose our big right guard, Otis Allen. He was an All-American last season. He's strong. He can block. He should land on an NFL team next season. Also, guard Randy Bell will be graduating. I don't think he really played too much because Otis Allen has been in that right guard position for about 2 years now. Same can be said about tackle John Bass. He has been a solid backup for us. To the defensive line, we are losing a great one. He was one of our first recruits in this class, Torian Ray, the defensive end. He is 6'3", 261. He came on campus his freshman year and got some playing time where he was just used sparingly in a rotation and then exploded on the scene his sophomore season with 18 sacks. Then his junior campaign, he had 12 sacks, and now in his senior campaign, he's got 9 sacks. He is the leader of the defensive line group. He has 4 forced fumbles this season alone. His talents will be missed. I think any team that picks him up is going to get a dynamic player. Look at his power moves, his finesse moves. He could get off of blocks and that speed. Another key player that we're losing this year is outside linebacker Jason West. The first 2 seasons he was on campus, he's mainly used in a rotation and on special teams. But once he got a chance to play his junior season, man, did he play great. 113 tackles, 7 sacks, no interceptions though, but he did have 3 deflections and forced a fumble. Jason filled a void that Josh Carey left once he graduated his junior season. Now his senior season, he's sharing a lot of time, man, because the defense is playing more of their base alignment, but he's still having a solid year with a sack. He's got an interception that he took back to the house, and he has 16 tackles. His junior campaign, look at all the awards he won: best outside line or best linebacker, the Nagurski and the Bednarik. So him being gone next year, somebody's gonna have to fill some big shoes. A player that I am really sad to see leaving this year is corner Rayshawn Baker. The Austin, Texas native came in his freshman year and played the dime corner and had a solid season, but then he got a chance to start his sophomore season, and the kid played great. 4 interceptions, 5 deflections. He had 45 tackles. Then his junior campaign, he got the All-American nod and won the Thorpe Award with his 6 interceptions, 1 taken back for a touchdown. He forced a fumble. He had pass deflections. And now in his senior year, it's more of the same. He is probably one of the best corners that we've had in this dynasty, and his stats are just unreal. 93 speed, 99 awareness, 99 man coverage, 96 zone, 98 press. He's got 99 play rec. He is truly somebody special. We knew that he was going to be something special, and now just seeing him go from a freshman to one of the best players in the country his senior year, it's just something special. We're also going to be losing another great player in Mike Collins, our free safety. He started all 4 years that he was on campus. He's 6'1", 182. He plays all over the field. He can play down in the box. He's great in coverage. Even though he doesn't have that many interceptions, he still gets after the ball with deflections, and don't try to run an option because he'll come down and lower the boom on you. Robert Clemens at strong safety is another player that will be graduating this year. Used sparingly the first 3 seasons that he was on campus. His senior campaign, he's finally getting the chance to start at strong safety. He's done a solid job. He leads the team in tackling with 27. He's got some pass deflections. I would love to see him turn it up a lot more for the rest of the season. Get some interceptions, show off that coverage ability, and show off that tackling ability too. Another player that will be graduating this year is senior Justin Smith. He's a strong safety, but he's been doing a great job for us on special teams. But he's finally getting some playing time at corner in our quarter formation. And then we say bye to Michael Baker, our punter. I was looking at these stats earlier. We've only punted the ball 15 times with him. He's a solid punter. He's got a strong leg. It's just that we're a team that usually is like in a 4th and short situation where we can just pound the ball up the middle and get the first down. But thank you, Michael, for all of your help this season. Now it's time to get ready for my favorite part of the dynasty, recruiting. We have brought in some great players over the past 7 seasons, and I think we have some more players on the board now that will leave their impact at GSU. But first, let's look at the players that have already decided to call GSU home going into Season 8. First up is 4-star athlete Craig Dunn from Stuart, Florida. He's 6'1", 211. He's the number 31 athlete in the country, and he's got an interesting skill set. He's got 88 speed, 84 acceleration. He can catch a little bit, but he has great running back traits: 79 break tackle, 87 elusiveness, an 87 spin move. He's got a 90 juke move, but then he can play a little quarterback too, so an 85 throw power and 80 accuracy. We are kind of already deep at quarterback, so it's going to be interesting. Maybe we can put him in the running back room, or maybe there's another position that he can play. But as of right now, we just don't have a spot for him quite yet. We'll have to wait till the spring game just to see where Coach puts him. Next on our board is Brian Chase. He's the number 1 outside linebacker from Havelock, North Carolina. And this is a big boy. He's 6'7", 251. And he can get after it. He's got 84 speed, 91 acceleration, 78 tackle, 85 pursuit, and 82 play rec. But the most impressive thing is that man and zone coverage, 82 man and 86 zone coverage. We can put him in the dime or in the nickel at linebacker. He can cover a tight end with that speed and the coverage ability. I'm excited to have him on campus. He could start his freshman season in the place of Jason West. We were looking for some help on the offensive line, and that's where Mike Roberson from Garden City, Georgia comes in. He's 6'5", 301. He is a guard, and he is a gem. He's got solid blocking traits with 80 blocking and 80 run block and a 74 impact block, 85 strength and 84 acceleration. He might get the red shirt his freshman year, depending on what happens with the rest of our offensive line. But if he does get the red shirt, he's going to be even better come season 9. Next on the list is a 3-star athlete, Shane Miller from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. He's 6'7", 275. He picked Grambling State over Kentucky, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And I think this kid is another offensive lineman. He comes in as a 74 overall, but unfortunately, we cannot see his traits as of right now. So in the offseason, we got to make sure that we check him out and see which position he can play. The one thing that we have done great in this dynasty is recruit defensive linemen, and I think we have another solid player here. This is Mark Walker from Louisiana. He's 6'4", 274, and he's the number 7 defensive tackle. He's very strong with an 84 strength. He's got a great power move, great finesse move, and great block shedding. He can tackle. He's got hit power. He's got pursuit and play rec. He could be a solid 3-technique defensive tackle for us. As I said before, we were looking for more depth on the offensive line, and we picked up another one. This is Mike Williams from North Canton, Ohio. He's 6'6", 274, and he comes in as a guard. He picked Grambling State over Kentucky and Missouri, and he is a run blocker. He's got 82 strength, 95 acceleration. The pass blocking needs some work, but he's got an 83 run block, and the impact is a 73. He might be another candidate for the red shirt next season. We are losing a solid player at strong safety next season, and Cedric Jones could step in and play day one for our Tigers. He's 6'1", 195, a 4-star athlete from Rendon, Texas. And this kid has got some great speed. He's got 92 speed, 89 agility, 91 acceleration, a 79 in tackle. The only thing I'm concerned about is that coverage ability. He's got a 76 in man coverage and a 73 in zone, but he can press. We are looking for another strong safety because we're losing 2 to graduation this offseason. So those are the players that will be calling Grambling State home next season. Now it's time to look at the top of the board to see the players that we're in a recruiting battle for. Meet the number 1 tight end in the country. This is Sheldon Hicks from North Hickory, North Carolina. He's 6'5", 230, a 5-star prospect, and boy, am I excited about him. 84 speed, 76 agility, 82 acceleration, 84 jumping, and look at the catching traits, guys. 87 catching, 83 route running, 88 spec catch, 81 release, and a 76 in catch in traffic. He can break tackles. He's got trucking ability. He's elusive. He's got a juke move. He can spin move. He can stiff. This kid is something special. Honestly, I look at him, and I think he might be the best player in the country. Right now, we are in a battle for him. Michigan is fighting. Kentucky has fallen back. Colorado has fallen back, and so has NC State. He did come on his visit already, and he was there on campus when we played Southern, and we put up a great amount of points for him. So hopefully we'll be able to convince him to sign before he goes and visits Michigan in Week 10. Next on our board is 5-star corner, the number 1 corner in the country, Tony Hardy from East Brunswick, New Jersey. He's 6 foot 183, and he could get some playing time his freshman year. Look at this speed, man. 97 speed, 90 agility, 94 acceleration. He's got an 84 play rec, 85 man coverage, and 84 zone coverage. He's the type of corner where you could just leave him out on the island, and he can handle business. I do like to bring in duos at corner, and Hardy's partner could be Carlos Parker. He's 5'10", 178 from Sunset, Florida. He's the number 5 corner in this class, and he's another good one. 95 speed. His agility needs some work with an 82. His acceleration is great. He's got a 78 play rec, but look at the coverage ability. 85 man, 85 zone, and 80 press. Now, he could team up with Hardy, and they would make a great 1-2 punch in their sophomore seasons. I think the one thing that Coach Fobbs has done a great job at is recruiting defensive linemen. The rotation that they have right now is great with Causey, Torian Ray, Bird, Anderson. All those guys are doing a great job, and I think Daniel Sapp could step in and be another great piece to that puzzle. He's 6'6", 272. He's a number 5 defensive end from Harbor Point, Washington. And man, can he block shed. I mean, look at this. Look at his traits, y'all. 83 power, 85 finesse, 82 block shed. He could get after the quarterback. The only thing I do have a concern about is his speed. He's got a 73 speed, 63 agility, 64 acceleration. If he was able to get his speed up just a little bit more, he would be the most dangerous defensive player in this recruiting class. Right now, we are in a battle with Boise State for him, and UNLV is not too far behind. We continue to look at more depth on the offensive line, and that's Gavin Jackson. He's a number 2 guard in this class. He's 6'1", 314, 4-star prospect from Townsend, Maryland. Right now, we are in a battle with USC and West Virginia. And Gavin is probably one of the best offensive linemen in the country. 85 pass block, 82 run block, 80 impact, 85 strength. He could be something special, but we're going to have to do a lot of work considering USC and West Virginia have such a big lead. Back to the defensive line we go. This is A.J. Coker. He's a 6'6", 255-pound, 4-star DN from Daytona, Ohio. He's a number 6 DN in this class, and this kid is going to be good. We could move him to D tackle with his 69 speed and 60 agility, but he could get after the quarterback with his power move and his finesse moves and his block shedding ability in his pursuit. He'll be on campus when we take on Texas A&M, but I think he could be something special at D tackle. We try to bring in a quarterback every recruiting class, and this guy reminds me a lot of Chris King. This is Adam McDonald. He's 6'5", 201. 4-star quarterback from Salinas, California, and he has a lot of the same traits that Chris King had. He's not a runner, but he has a strong arm, 89 throw power, 83 accuracy. Right now we are stacked at quarterback for the next few seasons, but I think this guy could come in, and in a few years he could be the starter. You guys know I love my athletes, and I found another stud, man. This is Joe Bell. He's a 6'2", 179, 5-star athlete from Tyler, Texas. And this is another guy that could play all over the field. 93 speed, 91 agility, 90 acceleration. We might put him at corner because he's got 86 man coverage, 81 zone coverage. He's got decent hands with a 76, and he can run a couple routes. Look at the juke move as an 85. I think his best bet is to be in the cornerback room. Another cornerback we have our eye on is R.J. Scott. He's 5'10", 163, right here in our backyard, Bayou Vista, Louisiana. He's a 3-star prospect, and he's got some interesting traits, man. Look, he's got decent speed with 92, a 95 acceleration, and 91 agility. The man coverage is great, but that zone coverage is a little concerning. So is the press. He's a bit undersized, and compared to the other guys that we have on our board, we might take him off our board just because we don't want to have too many corners brought in this class. Our scouts found another great offensive lineman. This is William Brown from Chula Vista, California. He's 6'3", 299. He's a number 5 tackle in the class, and he's got some solid traits: 81 strength, 94 acceleration, great pass blocking at an 85. His run block is solid. Only concern is that impact block as a 71. Because we are already stacked going into next year at tackle, if he decides to come here, Brown will probably get the red shirt just so he can work on his impact block. And finally, the last guy on our board is Roy Gray. He's a 6'4", 198-pound strong safety from East Bradenton, Florida. He's the number 8 strong safety in this class, and he is going to be a thumper. 87 speed, 87 agility, 86 acceleration, and he could tackle. 81 tackle, 76 hit power. His pursuit is a 77. I love his zone coverage at a 75. We use our strong safety more in zone coverage than we do in man coverage. So look for him to play a lot his freshman year. He could even play in the box as a 4th linebacker in our base defense. So that's going to do it for the Season 7 recruiting special. A lot of solid prospects on our board this year. A couple that I'm excited about. Definitely the tight end. Definitely the outside linebacker that is already signed. In the comments down below, let me know what you guys think. Who are some of your favorite prospects already coming in or are getting ready to come into Grambling State? And if you have any questions about the roster moving forward, don't hesitate to drop that down in the comments. I have no problem answering it. If you guys send me questions, I will probably answer them in the IGTV video or in a separate video here on the channel for Grambling State. But, yo, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch today. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. Hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, IG, at Big C Got Game. And I will holler at y'all next time when we get ready to take on Texas A&M. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.